All right, this video here is going to cover some solo ideas for improvisation practice in A minor using the A minor pentatonics, shapes 3 and 4. So shape 3, we got 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 9, 12, 10, 13, 10 and 12. Shape 4, we got 12, 15, 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 13, 15, 12, 15. So we're going to go in between the two of those. All right, so as always with this stuff, Guitar Pro is set to 120, but put it at whatever tempo is good for you. You can make it slower, make it faster. And let's start breaking it down. So yeah, all the ideas are here, or all the pre-written stuff, just to give you ideas of what you can do with it. And then it's your turn to improvise, make up your own stuff. Okay, so first bit, nothing too difficult in terms of rhythm, but there is a lot of sliding around. So when I'm starting it off, got the index finger, slide up to the ring finger here, and then slide down to the index is here. And then middle finger hits that 10 on the B string. Index, middle. That sets you up for this part here. Pinky, index, slide down index, pinky, index. And then hit that 12 with the ring finger, you slide up. Middle hits the 13. Index hits the 12. And the slide down there. So first, third, slide. First, third, first, slide. Middle finger, slide. First, middle finger. Pinky, first finger, slide. Pinky, first finger. Pinky, first, ring finger, slide up. Middle finger, index finger, slide. So with the metronome, let's do it at 60 first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And at 120, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next, starting to get a bit fancy. So I'm going to look at cover this part first before we get into possibly the big scary bar. So after, actually put this back here, after doing that last bit of, keep your index finger there on the 9. And what you're going to do is tap on the 14th fret of that G string, get your pinky down on the 12. So again, you just slid down to the 9. Now tap on the 14, pull off to the 12, tap back down on 14, and now get that pinky out of the way, because now you're going to pull off to the 9, hammer on the 12, pull off to the 9. I just like the way it sounds. Adding in a little tap like that just has a certain smoothness to it, and less of an abrasive attack versus like picking everything. So again, you just left this part, and then you're gonna tap on the 14, pull off to 12, tap back to 14, pull off to 9, hammer to 12, pull off to 9. So here's how it goes with the metronome. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we do that all together here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, this guy. So you're doing the same thing 4 times in a row. 4 times in a row. So looking at it slowly, I'm going to be using first and third finger here and tapping. I like to use the middle finger while still holding the pick like normal so we can more easily go between picking things and tapping things. So you're going to tap on the 14, pull off the 12, pull off the 10, hammer on back to 12, pull off the 10, and then hammer back on to 12. So tap, pull, pull, hammer, pull, hammer. 14, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12. So, breaking it down, and if you're new to this, very good idea, do eighth notes first. So yeah, we got sextuplets there, so 6 notes a beat. But again, something like this, very, very worthwhile to break down into much slower subdivisions. So we're going to do eighth notes first. It's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And yes, we should go up to that 15th fret so we can practice the transition out of that bar. So let's go to 120 next. 1, 2, 3, 4. 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, so you want to get that to at least 240 before you move on to triplets. So you're going to play 3 notes per click. 1, 2, 3, 4. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So right there, in terms of notes per second, that's the exact same speed as playing the sextuplets at 120. So very good idea. Work up the triplets to at least 240 before trying to play it as the sextuplets. All right, so now as it's written, sextuplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. 90. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, another thing to keep in mind, when I'm demonstrating all this stuff at these different speeds, that is not how you or anybody should actually work things up from slow to fast. because remember, metronome method is go up in fives. Go up in no more than 5 BPM increments when you need to work something up to get it down. If I was to work everything up in fives, this video would be probably several hours long. So just doing some different speeds so you can hear and see what it's like. All right, so moving out of that, just quarter notes on, on that part. And what you're gonna do, after you tap that 15, you gotta get your fretting hand in place, because then you're gonna pull off to the 13, pull off to the 10, and then you're gonna do a hammer-on from nothing. You're just gonna throw that index or ring finger down onto the 12th fret of the G string. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. So at 60, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 120, 1, 2, 3, 4. And after that, I'm going to have a quick jump into the 15th fret of the B string. So if you need to cut that note a little short and not have it ring out a full quarter note, that's fine. All right, so getting to the next part. I'm going to go, let's see, yeah, let's do this. All right, so that bend, I've got a whole step bend, like right on the beat. It's gonna ring out for 2 beats. You're gonna pick the string again while it's still bent. Bend, release, and then, hang on a second. I might need to check a notation thing here. Yes, that is not supposed to look like that. There. Yeah, because we're pulling off. Save. All right, so we got bend on 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so after you do your bend release, you gotta pull off to 13, hammer back on to 15, and then we got some old fast hammer on pull off stuff. And let me show that next note. Take it to there. So we've done in previous improvisation and guitar solo practice stuff, this little sextuplet idea right here. So let's actually look at this one first, because I think that's going to be the easiest to practice. So when you're playing it, you got this rhythm of da 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 dun da 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 dun da 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 dun. So the 14 and the 12, if you play just those two notes, the first two, and just back and forth, you'd have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And of course, that's pull off there, but now if I was to play, say, actually, never mind. I had a thought and I don't like it now. So you can go like a 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, just take it to there. You can practice that part like that. Once you get to that 12, you gotta hammer on right back to it. And then this part here, it's rhythmically the same. Problem is, you're not picking anything at the beginning of that, so it's a little bit trickier. So you can still think of the rhythm the same way, like dun da 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 dun dun da 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 dun dun da 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 dun dun da 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 dun. So you might need to practice that part by itself, and totally fine if you do. All right, let's play this whole thing at the 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. to hit that one note that transitions to the next bar. We want to make sure we practice that stuff. All right, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 120, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now a fairly tricky part. So a bit of repetition in here, and we got sliding, hammer-ons, pull-offs, all kinds of stuff. So we got 16th notes, and whenever we have a 16th note pattern, for those who are new to this stuff, 8th notes, work it up as 8th notes first. So we're going to demonstrate it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. One 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. 180, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 240. This is where you want to get before moving to 16th notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 90. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, you can always break that part down into smaller pieces to make it more manageable. So you can definitely do like a beat to beat kind of thing. It does get a little tricky when you have, like right here, you originally play that note after you want to pull off. So if you do decide to break it down beat by beat, pick the first note. Just pick the first note. You can also divide it up into different phrases. Phrases meaning like where you would pick. So it's really one whole phrase. I think using phrase was the right word. Anyway, I think that's a good chunk to break it down into because you pick here and then you also pick here. Good spot. Taking it to here, that'd be a good piece. And of course, that would be a good piece as well. So break it down and into as many small pieces as you need to get the progress happening. Okay, next bit. So we're going to jump into another bend, and this one's going to require a bit of oomph. So bending that high E string is tough, and with that whole step in there, so we're going to bend it up right away. Comes down on the 2, and I like to bend with first 3 fingers here, which means my index finger is going to be on the 13 when I do this bend. But as I come back down, I need to spread my fingers out more so I can pull off to the 12, hammer back on to 15, pull back off to 12, slide, hammer, pull, pick, pull, pick. All right, so let's go over that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next part, another 16th note section. And so here, there's a bit of a stretch at the top. So what I like to do finger-wise is start with the ring finger, pull off to the index, middle on the 12, and then this allows you to hit the pinky on the 15 a bit better. So if you just look at it like that, you got middle on the 12, index or first finger on the 10, ring fingers on the 13, and then pinky hits the 15. So if you played all those frets on one string, it would look like that. 10, 12, 13, 15. And that's the spacing I'm using the whole time. Anyway, so again, 16th note pattern, breaking it down into 8th notes first is a great way to go. So we're going to do that. And of course, if you need to break it down into smaller pieces, do that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do tend to find this easier if I do all downstrokes for everything. All downstrokes. 120, 1, 2, 3, 4. 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Two 40, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sixteenth notes the way it's written. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing eighth notes again. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a. 90, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now it's time to play the whole track. Let's get that set up. Make sure it's all shown here when I start playing. That should be okay. And then, yeah, once the pre-written stuff is done, I'll do the improv stuff at the end, where it is your turn to do improv. And there's a good chance I'll play some incorrect notes, because that happens during improvisation. That's just part of the process. And yeah, I'll just be sticking in shapes 3 and 4, which is the whole purpose of this little study here. All right, so I'm going to play it at 60 beats per minute first. Here we go. me play through the whole thing again. You might want to hit this note here with your middle finger. So this way your ring finger is free to do that bend. So you might want to hit that with your middle finger. So your ring finger is free to hit that note. Not necessary, but I feel it's a good option. All right, here it is at 90 beats per minute. Oh boy, here we go. Full speed ahead. 120. See? Wrong note. All right. And there we go. Any questions with this stuff, please let me know. Good luck, have fun, and this is it.